Good morning, students. Next topic I will take on the application of Bernoulli's principle used in the venturimeter. So, next topic we are considering the applications of Bernoulli's principle. In that first device that used to measure the flow is called venturimeter. So, venturimeter is used for flow measurement. So, flow of how much water is flowing or how much oil is flowing per minute, or how much oil in liter per second is flowing, that we have to calculate. We have to measure the flow rates. So in that case, one of the instrument used as a venturimeter, and that works on the principle of Bernoulli's equation. So already we have considered in last class the Bernoulli's theorem, that is the total energy at any point of the fluid is constant. So total energy is made up of the pressure energy because of the force applied. Second one is the kinetic energy due to the velocity, and third one is the potential energy uh, due to its level with respect to a datum line. So Bernoulli's theorem is P by rho g V square by 2g plus z. We have considered P by rho g is the pressure energy per unit weight of the fluid. P by rho g, this is the pressure. This is the velocity due to the, as the fluid particles are moving, data is having velocity. So that is kinetic energy is V square by 2g, and z is the potential energy head. So here total energy is at every point along the flow is constant. That is Bernoulli's principle. There may be conversion of pressure energy into the velocity, or the conversion of velocity into the pressure energy. The conversion between these maybe happens, but the total energy at a given point is constant. That is Bernoulli's principle. So that is used in this. Again we know the discharge equation is Q is equal to area into velocity. So velocity for given discharge, we can find the velocity as a, if discharge is known, we can find velocity from Q is equal to area into velocity. So if the area goes on decreasing along the flow, if area goes on decreasing, here diameter is large, here diameter is small. So diameter is goes on decreasing along the flow. Now if you consider, so here velocity will be increase. That means kinetic energy of the fluid at this point is more as compared to at this point. But according to Bernoulli's principle, total energy is constant. So velocity means kinetic energy increase at this point. That is possible because along the direction, as the diameter goes on decreasing, the pressure energy is reduced, and this pressure energy is converted into the velocity. So at this point pressure energy is low, or pressure head is low, and kinetic energy is more. Reverse of this, suppose along along the flow, if the area goes on increasing, that is diverging section, here diameter is small, here diameter is large. So as area goes on increasing, the velocity will be reduced, means along the flow kinetic energy at this point will be small. So means this kinetic energy is converted into the pressure energy at this point. So along this flow pressure goes on increasing and velocity goes on decreasing if the area is increasing. So as like if the section is there increasing diameter, there is a conversion of velocity into the pressure head. And if reverse that, if the diameter goes on decreasing along the flow, if the diameter goes decreasing along the flow, we get more. If the diameter goes on decreasing along the flow, there is a pressure is converted into the velocity. So means along the flow there may be conversion of pressure to the kinetic energy, but the total energy at a given point is same. So means there is a, if here pressure is more and pressure is less here, this is converted into the velocity. So as like Bernoulli's theorem is there. So venturimeter here, if you consider there are three parts. This is the inlet section, that its diameter is equal to the diameter of pipe. Then converging section. Converging means diameter goes on decreasing along this flow. So this part is called as a converging section. At the end of converging section, there is a uniform cross section is there. Small portion is this. This is called as throat. Throat. And after throat, again diameter goes on increasing along the flow, and this part is called as a divergent section. So we can see here the venturimeter having the three parts. This part, that is this inlet part, having the diameter equals to the diameter of pipe. Then this decreasing portion is converging part, is the converging part, diameter goes on decreasing. At this end of converging part is the throat section. So throat section means smaller diameter of area of uniform cross section. And after that again diameter goes on increasing. This part is the divergent section. So we can see here, this is the diverging cone. This is the diverging section. At the flow is taking place along this direction. So this is the inlet. Inlet is having the uniform diameter. After that there is a decrease, diameter goes on decreasing. That section is called converging cone. After that converging part, there is a uniform cross section, uniform diameter section is there, that is called as a throat. And after that throat there is a diverging section. So throat diameter is taken as, you can see here the parts. So this section is having the same pipe diameter. Converging section, that is decreasing diameter in the direction of flow. Conversion angle is about 22 degree. We can see this convergence angle is up to 22 degree. So converging angle is more as compared to the diverging angle is up to 5 to 7 degree. This is 7 degree. So this is 7 or sometimes 7 to 15 degree diverging is there. So we can see the specification. This is the inlet region or entrance region. This is converging zone or converging cone of conversion angle is 22 degree. Then this is the throat section, and after that there is a diverging section. So divergence we can see here, there is a gradual increase in the diameter. Angle is not too high. Angle is not as like this. So gradual increase in the diameter. Gradual, this shows angle small. Gradual increase in the diameter. Gradual increase in diameter. So angle is up to 7 to 15 degree. So if you have used the large divergence section, now we see first at the flow, inlet water or any fluid is coming. As area goes on decreasing, so along this the velocity goes on increasing in converging part at the expense of pressure. Here pressure is reduced in this converging region. So as the diameter goes on increasing, velocity is increased, and velocity is increase means the total energy is constant. So pressure energy is reduced along the flow. When the fluid comes at the throat section, it is having the higher velocity. So along the throat section, cross section is same. So flow will be uniform. So as the flow starts along diverging section, so here area diameter goes on decreasing. So velocity will be reduced. Velocity is reduced and pressure is increased along this diverging part. Now if you use the larger angle for divergence, larger angle than 7 or 15 degree, at that time if the hair velocity is very large, velocity is at the outlet of throat will be large. So as the diameter goes on, if you increase sudden diameter, there may be the flow separation along the wall, and instead of flowing the water or oil along this, there may be the flow separation, and here the EDs, that means the circulating flow will be occur, that will be result loss of energy. So this it is means loss of energy that are not desirable. That for that reason, there is a diverging section is maintained with small angle. So as like these are the four parts. A converging angle up to 22 degree larger than the diverging section 7 to 15 degree. Now how this venturimeter will be measure the flow? So we know this here, the different here pressure gauges are provided. So this one is taken as an inlet of section. Here pressure is recorded at section 1 and at section 2. So pressure can be recorded by the piezometer, or here piezometers may be attached that indicates the head of the flowing fluid, or sometime at the section 1 and 2 differential manometer is connected. So this differential manometer shows the reading. If the air pressure is more, the manometric fluid will be come here, and this will be the difference of manometric fluid HM. So we can measure the pressure difference at these 2 points using differential manometer, and that pressure differential is used to measure the flow rate. So we see the expression for venturimeter. So here venturimeter we have considered inlet diameter is D1, area inlet A1, out then throat diameter is section 2. At the section 2, throat diameter is T2 and its area is A2. So here two important diameters, inlet diameter and throat diameter. Throat diameter is D2 and corresponding area is A2. Again, we required the datum line. From datum line, Z1 is the uh, Z1 is the height from the datum line, and Z2 at the throat section is the height or elevation from the datum line, and HM, here H shows the manometric head difference. Or if you take the datum line here, instead of here we can take datum line also here, and we can write in this diagram datum line is taken as this, and with respect to this datum line Z1 is given and Z2 is given. So we see the expression for flow through the uh, this applying the Bernoulli's equation. We can write uh, applying Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and section 2, we can write P by rho g v square by 2g plus Z1 at section 1 is equal to this section 2. Now next, as the pipe is horizontal, Z1 is equal to Z2. This Z1 and Z2 are same datum line. So cancelling that, we get these two terms. Now P1 y minus P2 by rho g will be equal to V2 square by 2g minus V1 square by 2g. Now simplify, this P1 minus P2 by rho g is the head difference between the two pressures. H1 minus H2 will be the head difference between the two pressure at the 2 points. P1 is the pressure at inlet, P2 is pressure at throat. So this difference of pressure is rho g H. So here this is the head between the difference of pressure head at section 1 and 2 and equal to H. So H is equal to, we can take P1 minus P2 by rho g, or H is equal to, we can write in this, H is equal to V2 square by 2g minus V1 square by 2g. Now we have find out H. Again using the continuity equation, A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2, or V1 is equal to, we can write V1 in terms of V2 is this A2 by A1 into V2. So H is equal to, putting V1 in as a V2, so we get V2 square by 2G minus this A2 V2. So V1 is here replaced in terms of V2. So taking common, we get 1 minus A2 square upon A1 square. So we get V2 square in terms of areas. So V2 is equal to here square root of, taking square root 2GH of A1 square minus A2 square. So this we get V2 as like A1 upon square root of A1 square minus A2 square 2GH. So again discharge we have known, discharge is equal to A1 A2 or A2 V2. So putting the value of, here we have calculated the value of V2 as like this. So putting the V2 value is, we get A1 A2 square root of A1 square minus A2 square 2GH. So this is the important formula for the venturimeter. A1 A2 square root of A1 square minus A2 square root of 2GH. This is called as the discharge under the ideal conditions. Ideal conditions means we are find fluid is frictionless. Uh, there is no friction, or in viscous flow is there. Flow is laminar. It is not turbulent. As like the ideal conditions we are assume, but actual discharge is less than the theoretical discharge because of the viscosity means friction of the fluid. Again, their flow may be turbulent one. For that cases, the actual discharge is less than the theoretical discharge. So Q actual is taken as a coefficient CD, coefficient of discharge, multiplied by this term. So CD is the coefficient of discharge for venturimeter. Normally, its value varies from normally up to the 0.9, 0.8 to the 0.98. So as like the, if CD is more, there is a more flow rate will be there. So coefficient of discharge is calculated experimentally for uh, venturimeter. So there may be experiment, there is experiment to determine coefficient of discharge and or through the venturimeter. So we get the formula important as a Q actual is equal to CD A1 A2 under root of A1 square minus A2 square under root of 2GH. So from this we can find the discharge to the venturimeter. So this is a formula. Now in this formula there is a term H. So H means the pressure head difference between the P1 minus P2 by rho g. So this H we have to unknown. H we have to find from the manometric head. So this H is the HM. HM is the difference between the manometric head of the fluid. So this is the HM. Now if you take the datum line here along this, so Z1 is the height of the fluid flowing through the height from the center of a pipe, and here through the this datum line. HM is the height of the manometric fluid. So if you consider section 1 is at inlet of pipe, section 2 at throat section. Between that this U2 manometer is attached. Now H we can obtain by writing the pressure balance equation. So at this point the pressure is P1, this pressure of the fluid passing through that P1, plus due to this liquid column, that is the Z1, the pressure is rho g Z1. So pressure at point 1 is P1 plus rho g Z1, and at pressure at point 2 will be the P2, here P2 plus liquid column is rho g Z2. Here we can write here P2 plus Z1 minus HM, and pressure due to this mercury column is rho g HM, mercury, that is manometric fluid is M. So simplifying this, P1 minus P2 by rho g is equal to, here we get taking P2 on the right side and divide by rho g, we get rho m by rho hm minus hm. Taking hm common, we get head in terms of manometric fluid. So this hm we can directly measure in the YouTube manometer. So that will be if differential manometer connected. So this level between this we can record from the uh, differential manometer, and h we can find. So relation between the h and the manometric head is hm in bracket sm upon s. S is the specific gravity of the fluid, a manometric fluid, and sm is the specific gravity of manometric fluid, and s is the specific gravity of flowing fluid. So flowing fluid, if the water, its specific gravity is 1. If it is oil, it may be 0.6, 0.8. As like, if we know the density or if you know the specific gravity, then we can find the h. So this is also again important. H formula, h is equal to hm s in bracket sm upon s minus 1. So as like we can find using discharge through the venturimeter formula is this. So again, this pipe may be the inclined one. In that case, inclined pipe, this is the inlet. Same again, only there is a Z1 and Z2 will not similar. There is a Z1 is lower. Suppose that in this case Z1 is less from this datum line. So datum line is not here. This we have considered, this is the datum line. So Z1 will be this one, and Z2 up to that term line will be this. So Z1 and Z2 are different. In that case, we can write pressure here at point 1 is P1 plus pressure due to this fluid will be rho g H. So P1 plus rho g Z1, and pressure at this 2 point will be the P2 plus pressure due to this fluid is Z2 minus, we can write Z2 minus Hm, Z2 minus H1, and third pressure head due to this manometric fluid is rho g Hm. So again, solving this, multiplied by rho g to Z2, we can write. So multiplied rho g to this term rho g Z2 rho g Hm. Again taking P2 on the left side, we get P1 minus P2 rho g, here rho g Z1, and this rho g Z2 will be taken here Hm rho m by rho m g minus rho g. Now dividing by the rho g, we get P1 minus P2 by rho g, Z1 minus Z2, here Hm divided by the rho g, rho m minus rho m upon rho, and here rho g will be cancelled, we get 1. So rho m by rho, again write in terms of specific gravity, rho m as a specific gravity of manometric fluid upon s minus 1. So splitting these two terms, P1 by rho g plus Z1 and minus in bracket P2 by rho g plus Z2. So this P1 by rho g is the pressure head at inlet. This is pressure head at the throat section. So this will be, we can write H1 minus H2 is equal to Hm Sm upon S minus 1. This H1 minus H is the pressure head between the inlet and throat. So we get H in terms of manometric fluid. For we get same formula for inclined venturimeter also. Here we consider inclined venturimeter that is connected to the inclined pipe or vertical pipe. We get the same formula as a H is equal to manometric head difference Sm. So in numerical we get sometime Hm, manometric differential head. So manometric fluid may be the mercury. So its head is given Hm, specific gravity of the mercury is given, and the fluid is given. So from that we can determine H. If the lighter manometric fluid, suppose oil is used in the lighter manometric fluid, that is in inverted, you can consider in inverted manometer lighter fluid is used, inverted U. In that case formula is here formula is changed as a 1 minus Sm upon S, 1 minus Sm upon S. So we can solve a numerical on this venturimeter. I will read the numerical. A horizontal venturimeter with inlet and throat diameters. So inlet diameter is 30 centimeter, throat diameter is 15 centimeter respectively, used to measure the flow of water. The reading of differential manometer connected to the inlet and throat is 20 centimeter of mercury. So your differential manometer is connected. You took differential manometer and difference of uh, differential manometer reading is means the level difference between the this and this mercury level is 20 centimeter, and this is connected to the inlet and at the throat. So in venturimeter, always the differential manometer connected at inlet section and at the throat section. Determine the rate of flow. Coefficient of discharge CD is 0.98. So we use the formula here. We have two formulas here. H we required. The pressure head between the point 1 and point 2 will be the HM. In bracket we have determined SM, manometric fluid specific gravity upon S minus 1. This is one formula to determine the H. And second formula we have considered discharge is given by Q is equal to CD, coefficient of discharge A1 A2 under root of A1 square minus A2 square into root 2GH. So using these two formula we can determine. So first we determine inlet area pi by 4 D1 square, throat area A2 pi by 4 D2 square, CD is given. So H is HM SM upon S minus 1. So H difference of pressure head we get 250 centimeter of water. So discharge formula is Q is equal to CD. Q is equal to CD A1 A2 under root of A1 square minus A2 square into 2GH. So H is we have determined 252. Putting the values of CD 0.98, A1 A2 values, we get it in terms of this area is in centimeter. So we get centimeter here again H is there centimeter cube per second. So to convert centimeter cube to the meter cube, divide 1 centimeter cube is equal to 10 raised to minus 2, or so here we can write 10 raised to 6 divide by 10 raised to 6 means 3 into 2 power get 10 raised to 6 meter cube per second. So we know 1 meter cube per second is equal to 10 raised to 3 liter per second. In 1 meter cube 10 raised to 3 liter per second will be there. 1 meter cube is equal to 10 raised to 3 liter. So replacing here meter cube by liter cube, we get answer as a, so 10 raised to 6 here 3 will be cancelled, we get divided by 1000, 125.7 liter per second. So as like we can determine the Q and discharge as a 125 liter per second. Second numerical, if you consider for determine throat diameter, here we have to determine throat diameter D2 for venturimeter installation in 100 diameter pipeline. So D1 inlet diameter is 100 mm, carrying the oil of specific gravity 0.87. The maximum range of oil mercury differential gauge is 50 centimeter of mercury. Means here we have given the D1 diameter is given 100 mm, then HM manometric maximum manometric head is given 50 centimeter of mercury. So HM is given 50 centimeter of mercury. Find the maximum throat diameter. Find the maximum throat diameter which will give full gauge deflection when the flow is 20 liter per second. 20. So discharge is given 20 liter per second. CD is 0.984. So again using the formula maximum pressure head difference, we know H is formula is HM, manometric head, that is given 50 centimeter. So in meter is 0.5. SM manometric fluid is mercury. So its specific gravity is 13.6. Upon specific gravity of oil is given 0.87. So we get H is equal to 7.316 meter of oil. So here we have to remember this value. Specific gravity of mercury is 13.6 and specific gravity of water is 1. So as like we can find the H here. Now Q is equal to, we again know, CD A1 A2 under root of A1 square minus A2 square under root of 2GH. So here A1 is known but A2 is unknown. So putting here value, divide by the A2, divide the by A2 to this equation, we get CD A1 here, divide by the A1 by A2 square, and here A2 will be cancelled, means minus 1. Now A1 square, so area square is there, so diameter D1 raised to 4 will be there and D2 raised to 4 will be there. So here finding D1 by D2 raised to 4, we get 2. And solving this, we get D1 by D2 equal to 2.17. So putting D1 as 0.1, D2 is unknown, we find the diameter at throat section. D2, that is diameter, D2 is at diameter at this throat section will be the 0.46 meter. In mm it is 46 mm. So two important formulas, Q is equal to this CD under root of CD A1 A2 under root of A1 square minus A2 square under root of 2GH, and H is found using this formula. We can practically measure the manometric head in the YouTube manometer and convert into the pressure rate difference. So as like we can solve the numerical and find the discharge through the venturi meter. So this we have considered the venturi meter used for the measuring the flow rate of different fluids. Thank you.